Welcome back, everyone, to episode 5 of our solo survivor series. This is going to be just a couple more missions, some bandits, stuff like that, just till we get ourselves high enough level to go do a little bit more fun stuff. So right now we have the Find Evan mission, as well as, do we have any close by bosses? We've got a boss nest that we're not going to quite attempt. There's both a charred titan and a charred black titan. Or a flaming charred titan and a charred titan in it as well. Alright, we got our body down here. We just gotta hustle all the way down and loot it quick. Alright, we found Evan's body. We'll meet you back at the bunker. Alright, we got one level up there. Another point, another point. Completed our mission there, got a little bit of money. I don't think we really have much to loot, or not loot, much to get rid of here. I'll repair our armor, but it is Monday, so we should have a new set of challenges going. Anything worth doing? Security box might be kind of nice to throw on. We just got to travel around, spend some time in the inner city, so we'll naturally get that one anyway. Yeah, we've got all week for that. Alright, we'll catch you guys for the next bosses. Alright, we got 4 flaming flesh hounds. We're going to try to get them over into a little pit here. On the other side. I don't have the Trinity boost going. Now I'm somewhat using this sparingly because I'm going to have 4 left. And then I'm going to be out of credits. Well, I mean, I'll still have a couple credits, but I won't have enough for more than a few Trinity boosts. Like 95 credits? Yeah, that's right. I have to actually be mindful. Only 45% speed boost, I am not able to fully outrun them when there's multiple. Smaller circle, I guess? Yeah, that seems to be the trick. Just gotta turn quicker, that way I'm not straight in front of them. Perfect, come on. Alright. What do we got? Some decent weapons. Alright. I'll meet you guys back up at the next one. Alright, we got another level up here. We are now level 58. Maxed out on machine gun, explosives next, and I don't know on what to do for the other part. We'll figure that out later. Alright, so this one we've got bloodhounds, which we just have to go get some bloodhound samples, just basically another farm type mission. So we'll go do that, and we got a couple of bosses as well, but we are going to be playing for a bit, so we're going to put on that Trinity boost. Alright, this should be some flaming rumblers. Oh, that 50% boost wore off lame. Yeah, that was this morning. I was like, man, I distinctly remember doing a whole bunch more damage. I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. Forgot that I, you know, haven't played for 12 hours today. Right, this is going to take forever if I don't put them in a cage. Or at least somewhere where aggro can despawn. There's all four. I just need to just kind of trim the fat, so to say. I just need a bunch of stuff to spawn up in there, so that way I can have a little private time here to take care of our friends. 'Cause I'm just such a gracious host of murder. Alright, we've just about got them all done here. There's one. Two. Three, and 4. Ooh, that's a nice grenade launcher. Alright, we're gonna pick this one up and then head over to the mission. Alright, so we're here in our boss block. We have to collect canine blood samples, one of which already dropped. That's kind of cool. Maybe this one will go a lot faster than the siren one, but either way, I'll just pick back up with you guys at the last carry out there, and then we'll catch you up on the next boss. Alright, we just gotta collect our last one here. Alright, mission complete. We're gonna head back to the base. Alright, there should be 2 giant spiders. I don't remember if it said flaming or not. Yeah, with this speed boost I can just walk backwards and do it. I can almost just like walk in a tiny little circle, and because they're so large they can't turn 90 degrees, like they kind of just bump around them because their turning radius sucks. Sweeper and a loot. Back to bunker. Alright, so we did level up twice. I believe it was twice. Yeah. Twice up to 60. Gets us a little bit closer on our explosive caps, a little bit closer to strength as well. Alright, so we've got our Wrath of the Wraiths mission. One of our favorites on the channel here. I love this mission just because you get to always go test against 5 Wraiths. So we are going to be doing that mission, but it is also a big weekend boost for us right now. It is 30% experience, 20% dexterity, 20% movement speed right now. So yeah, with that, we're going to be like super jacked speed-wise. Alright, we're going to head over and we got a couple Wraith bosses to kill, then we'll go to Wrath of the Wraiths. Alright, so we've got our first couple Wraiths here. Man, Wraiths used to be my least favorite for a long time because I always kept getting hit by them. Like it seemed like no matter where I tried to dodge to or how I tried to dodge, they just always would get me. And it's because I just didn't understand how their attack reached. Did not see that dude there. Yeah, I got lots of recovery equipment since I'm going to be fighting 5 of these dudes, but that'll be in a pen, so I should not have to worry about anything more than just them. Yeah. Alright, let's go hit up Wrath of the Wraiths. Alright, here we are. Wrath of the Wraiths. That was cool. That was a keyboard glitch. I lost my down function. Okay, that's 4. Alright, there is... There is all 5. God, this is absolute utter chaos. But 100% speed boost. See, this is why I say speed is key in this game. Like, I'm just, like, calmly just doing laps, holding down the trigger of the chainsaw. Like, and I'm doing good. You know, it's not super hard. Obviously, the longer you have to do this for, the higher the opportunity of you failing and dying is. I mean, for instance, I just got hit. I'm gonna swap out armor plate quick. Yep, we, for sake of better video content, we're just buying med packs because it's easier. I'm making enough money to be able to afford to get them anyway. Like, I'm just not buying any weapons or armor from the marketplace. That wouldn't be as much fun. But I will buy other supplies that I need, like trade good type items, but I still want to play it off of these main weapons or anything else that I find during this season. It's pretty good, even for messing around. I think that was still only like 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, loots weren't bad. I'm going to probably get a couple more just for the experience and then head back to finish the mission. So I totally forgot to show you guys the level up there. We did get 2 level ups, and we're about 2/3 of the way up to a 3rd level. We put our last 2 points into strength, so we're still about 8 levels, so about 70 we should have 100 strength. Almost maxed out on explosives. Still don't know what else I'm going to do yet in this regard. Since we are crit, I may just go for pistols since I have the high crit, and yeah. So yeah, we sold all our stuff, repaired our armor, still made about 260k, so doing pretty good. Let's see what we got for challenges, if there's anything good. Sell security box. Yeah, that's about the only thing. I should have spent more time in the inner city for that one. What about masteries? How are we doing on those? Level 5 in the chainsaw, 4 in the rifle, just shooting around. Doing pretty good. Alright, we'll catch you guys at the next one. Alright, so we are here in a black Titan block, a charred Titan block. See if we can't get ourselves some good experience and maybe a good loot. So far, so good. And this isn't the charred, or the flaming charred Titan, so there's that. I guess we need to go to the midsection here so that way they'll stop spawning on top of me. But so far so good on this. This game is definitely, like, if you invest a little bit of money and a lot of time and get yourself into the higher levels and you get good implants and stuff, this game is worlds different than when you start it. Like, you know, I gotta focus around this and, you know, make sure I'm moving right so he doesn't hit me and yada yada, and like could insta kill me. But like my primary account, like I blast one of these things down in like a minute or less, and I think I can get hit twice and still be up. It's like, it's seriously, it's such a huge world of difference between high level players, and I am talking, you know, Dusk and above, because even my alt account that's in the lower 200s, just a little bit after Dusk, like that account does work, and that's mostly like free to play items, but I was a gold member on it, and I did use I did buy, like, there is a credit implant or credit shop implant on that account, a couple other little things, but even it, you know, once you get past level 200, and you do work in this game. Alright, we are going to attempt a local bandits and see how it goes. Oh, totally forgot to hit my record button on this. But we're actually, we're doing it. Granted, I'm only doing it because everything's spawning on the other side of a wall, and I'm able to just, you know, take this guy on, just him, mostly. But still, I could not solo bandits unless it was full-on in a cage in Season 1. So I think that's pretty cool that I'm, you know, there's still high potential I could die doing this, but, like, we're doing okay, and I'm actually pretty impressed at how well we are doing. Alright, we got one. That's cool. The dexterity buff, if I had my dex maxed out, this would be so much more effective. Even though it's still doing really good, this iron sight is going to destroy me, man. I can definitely only get shot by that thing a couple of times and survive. Alright, VP12, not bad. And a triple defender, not bad. Let's go get the other. Alright, well, the downside being I know all the aggro is out here currently. I just have to swing wide for the sniper to miss it. This definitely solos bandits a lot easier than the time that I had with the Tidebreaker. Don't get me wrong, the Tidebreaker definitely killed faster, but you know, I could not have done. I've attempted to do this boss fight a couple of times, or this bandit fight in this block design, and it just was not working out. You know, the Tidebreaker just could not keep up with the aggro, and that's something the Chainsaw does significantly better. I've never really used chainsaws a whole lot in this game. I mean, in fact, I've rarely ever used chainsaws, and so it's interesting to actually play this, and especially with the kind of buffs that chainsaws just received, and then also, you know, I'm on Ultra Boost, well, I mean Mini Ultra Boost, Trinity Boost, really. I'm on that, and there is a really good weekend boost with the 20% speed, 20% dex going. But, you know, that aside, I still think this would be doable. I definitely think I probably would have taken a lot more damage, you know. And I mean, I do have the Serpent Implant as well, which gives us 5% damage, speed, and dex as well. But overall, I mean, it does work. It does work for bandits to solo them. And I mean, we're only level 62, and we're soloing bandits up here, not in a cage. I feel like that's pretty impressive. Alright, we're gonna head back to base. Alright, so we leveled up again here. We got to 93. We got that finished off, and we're going to go into pistols, just because I'm dumb and I like punishment. Alright, so we've got another mission here, firearms shortage. We just got to go gather a couple weapons, as well as we have a flaming mother on the way that we're going to fight. Alright, somewhere in here is this flaming mother. Ooh, there's two. Not bad. Alright, over to our mission. Alright, we just gotta find ourselves a couple of M16s. Alright, we got them all. Alright, so we've got some flaming rumblers here. See if we can't make short work of them. Definitely can see the appeal with the Flesh Reaver chainsaw, because of the length on it would make this so much more effective. Because that's really the only downfall of chainsaws, is you have to be right in their face. Now let's see what we get. Triple Defender. Steel MS-80. Sledge. And a Thunder 12. On to the next. Alright, so we've hit level 65. We put our 1 point into strength. We only got 5 levels left there. 2 into pistol. So now at level 65, we're going to be able to equip our last implant. So we'll grab that, which is just 5% more experience gain, but hey, it still helps. Might as well throw it on there since we can. But I think we're going to call that here with episode 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.